welcome again to Utterly Geek. Fully refreshed and ready to go. I'm Darren Bell, and that is Chris Walczyk.
Hello.
Our third partner in crime is still on vacation.
Which we totally forgot about.
Listen, peek behind the curtain. Wally and I are dumb.
We apparently don't really pay attention to Steve. Like, he says things, but we don't always pay attention. Well, I mean...
This is par for the course for me, though. I forget shit all the time. Like, my memory's terrible.
Yes. Yeah. No, I mean, mine is too sometimes. But yeah, something like that, totally fucking... I did not...
Yep.
I didn't realize it, so...
I fucking blanked on it because, well... Okay, so we skipped last week because reasons people were busy. We couldn't sync it up right.
Yeah.
We forgot that Steve also mentioned he couldn't make it this week, but that's fine. We're okay. Here we are. Hey,
hello.
We're here to talk about video game news, of which another reason we haven't been doing it, there hasn't been fucking dick all for news going on.
I mean, we're at that point where it's kind of like games are just kind of coming out. So
yeah,
and they will for the rest of the year, and really new announcements will be probably at the Video Game Awards, and then...
I'm anticipating a Nintendo Direct sometime between now and December, because we still don't have everything for Smash Brothers. And they have said that they would announce all characters before that comes out. But yeah, like Game Awards is really the next big game news thing.
Yeah.
So...
At least with like really big holy shit moments or announcements kind of deal.
Yeah. I expect another 20-minute Kojima movie.
Oh God!
At that, telling us absolutely dick all about. I think he's just making a movie. I think that Death Stranding's gonna be a movie.
It was a. I don't even think the last trailer was actual gameplay footage. It was just a movie, still looking like it was gameplay footage.
Well, okay. So my thoughts on that: it could have been someone sitting at a controller, like, providing some sort of input, so technically that would be a game.
Right.
Gameplay live rendered. Like, I do believe that's rendered in engine and that wasn't a pre-rendered video.
Right.
I will give them that. But I think he's pulling a 1-2 on us.
At least for now, anyway.
I would be really happy if at the end of the day this was all a fucking ruse. His whole explosion with Konami didn't actually happen. That was all behind the scenes, and this is actually just Silent Hills, Death Stranding. Like, that would be fucking amazing and impossible. It'll never happen.
Well, yeah. Right.
In my fucked up mind.
Only because the whole Kojima and Konami ties have definitely been severed.
Oh God, 100%.
For a fact.
Yeah.
And the fact that Sony picked them up right away.
Immediately swooped right in. Andrew House. Good on you.
He had the biggest smile on his face when he shook Kojima's hand at the end of that video.
Yup. Fuck you, Konami.
Yep.
Anyway, we do have some news to get through. Why don't we leap right into it? Right out of the gate here, we've got Red Dead Redemption 2's about to come out pretty quickly, pretty soon. There was a big interview with the Hauser brothers, who are the heads of Rockstar, who in the course of that interview basically said in kind of a jokey manner, oh yeah, we've been working 100-hour weeks to get this thing out, and oh boy, it's been rough. And it's like, the optics of it were terrible. And it has spurned another call for video game makers to unionize. Between that and Telltale. Telltale suddenly being like, oh, fuck, we're done. Shut off all the lights. All you are fucking fired, and here go all of your benefits and everything. Whoop, fucking sucks to be you. Moving on. It's a brand new call for video game makers to unionize. And at the end of the day, I think this is really, really fantastic for people of the video game playing public to be made cognizant of. To be made aware of these kinds of behaviors.
Yeah, so a couple of things I could take out of the Rockstar comment was, one, they kind of backpedaled after this went out with the whole 100 hours thing, and they said, no, it was just a senior management team, like it was just mostly us.
It was voluntary.
Yeah, like they say all these things, but apparently there were some QA people from Rockstar who kind of had it as mandatory, so they kind of had to stay on it. And I don't know. I mean, I think it's also because if it was the senior management team and it's them kind of saying it, I think it's also maybe because they were just so busy, they didn't realize there was other shit going on in the gaming industry, and didn't realize that, like, oh, like 3 weeks ago, Telltale fucking shut down and didn't pay anyone. So, because they were just so focused on their game, they had no idea it was happening. So it could have just been like super bad timing where they were just like, hey, we worked really hard and here it is. Like, this is just me doing devil's advocate right here. Like,
I was gonna say that's a very shiny outlook on that. I have my doubts about them not knowing about Telltale.
Right.
And I've been in situations myself where it's like, oh, it's not mandatory that you work overtime, but it's mandatory that you work overtime. Like, the official line is very different from reality.
Yeah.
I've worked jobs where they specifically said, if you're not putting in 50-hour work weeks for 6 months, you're never going to get a raise.
Oh, Jesus.
Whereas, your contract says 40 hours a week. And they're like, yeah, but 50 is really where you need to be. It's a shitty situation. And when you're in a team dynamic where it's optional to work overtime, and people are working overtime because you have to get your job done, and you're not one of those people doing that, it really pulls down morale for the workers, for everyone, because everyone feels obligated to.
Yeah.
You can say it's optional as much as you want, but at the end of the day, it really isn't.
Yeah. We kind of have, with where I work now, we kind of have, like, because it's I work with an operations department, so it is kind of because it is a call center, we do kind of have to trade off and discuss, like, hey, which holiday did you have off or whatever, like, should I stay on call or whatever, so we kind of switch off. But, like, we at least communicate it, and we're like, oh, hey, I got these ones off, so, you can take them or whatever. But, like, even if I'm still, like, oh, yeah, I'll take it off because, you got the last one or vice versa, I'm always just, like, that gut-wrenching feel that I'm like, oh god, even though I said I wasn't gonna work, like, was that okay? Like, I know today's a holiday and everything, but unless it's like, Thanksgiving or Christmas, those are like obviously givens. But yeah, like some of the
but they're not always obviously givens.
Well, right, yeah.
But that's really, at the end of the day, the positions that we're in, or at least the position I'm in now, is much better than when I was previously. There's a much more focus on work-life balance.
Right.
And the way the game industry works is that they have these huge monolithic, like, deals in place where the game has to come out by this time. I feel like that needs to loosen up a bit, or those markers need to be set much further out.
Yeah.
So that you prevent crunch. Crunch is terrible, and I would not wish this on anyone. Yes, I love games. I love playing video games. I don't want to impose that kind of a lifestyle on anyone.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of guilt here.
Yeah. As much as I'm excited for, like, new games, I still have plenty of other games that I still haven't played yet that I could still get around to.
Right. And I think at this point we're also seeing the whole, like, oh, this is what the board says, this is what we need to push profits for this quarter. And it's just pure toxic.
Yeah.
I really hope that sometime sooner rather than later that game makers can unionize properly. I mean, look at what happened with the Performance Matters movement.
Yeah.
Like they got most of what they wanted as unionized voice actors.
Right. And the funny thing is that devs were like, "Hey, wait a minute, we don't get those. Why should they get that? Like why should they get those kind of benefits or whatever?" And it's like, I don't what? don't you mean
how this works?
the conversation should be, "Hey, we should have that too," not they shouldn't have it.
Yeah. So it's whenever I hear arguments like that, I think the crab in the bucket analogy. Have you heard about the crabs in a bucket analogy?
No.
Apparently, this is based off of some observations where if you put a bunch of crabs in a bucket, like you caught them all, let's say you're a fisherman,
Right.
you're not just a psychopath putting crabs in buckets.
I mean,
You
it could
put
be,
enough-
but whatever.
Hey, you could be, but hey, listen.
Whatever,
what you
let's
do
move
your
on.
time-
Let's move on.
When you put crabs in a bucket, they could work together to climb up each other and get out of the bucket. They could help each other. They have the functionality and the motor skill to help each other, but they're so competitive that they pull each other down, prevent them from getting out of the bucket. So whenever I hear people shit talking someone else who's actually improving their lives, they're just a fucking crab in a goddamn bucket.
Yeah.
And that's what the game dev thing during the Performance Matters movement just reminded me of. It's like, no, don't look at it as a fuck those guys. Look at it as an inspiration to a, hey, we should do this. We should find a way to do this.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, good luck with them. Good luck, man. It's definitely something that's come to light this year more so than ever.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Hopefully 2019 will have something, if not before then.
Yeah. Hopefully a lot of things happen over the next couple of years, but I don't want to get into that.
Yes.
In other weird news, Microsoft is reportedly finalizing a deal to purchase Obsidian Entertainment. Obsidian, developers of Fallout New Vegas, Tyranny, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2,
Pillars of Eternity.
They've experienced slight bit of renaissance lately.
Yeah.
So this was broken late Friday, October 9th, at which point Microsoft said we are unable to comment on this. We do not comment on rumors or speculations, said a Microsoft spokesperson. An Obsidian spokesperson went on to say, unfortunately, we don't comment on rumors or speculation other than to say the Rumors album by Fleetwood Mac still holds up. So I take that as you're fucking with us. This is going to happen. So I'm of two weird minds about this. I love Obsidian's games. They make very high quality games. They also release some of the most buggy games, or at least historically, they've released some very, very buggy games. So their more recent games, I don't think that's been the case.
Okay.
But I'm not positive. I haven't played. Unfortunately, Steve's not here because he's played some Pillars of Eternity. I just see this as my concern, and maybe it's not completely well placed, is that this will pivot Obsidian away from making high quality PC games and incentivize them more to just make console games.
No, I don't see that, because Microsoft's kind of shifting, making a hybrid between the PC and Xbox. Like they're pushing so hard to have it on both systems. Like there's rarely anything lately that's come out where it's like not just Xbox.
And their PC ports have been phenomenal lately. Forza Horizon 4 runs like a goddamn dream. The only weird thing I've noticed is that occasionally I will launch it and it'll be like, hey, we've detected your settings. I'm like, yeah, they didn't change from last time. Like that's the only thing, and it's super minor.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
My opinions on this is like, I think at first glance it's like, oh no, but like at the same time it seems like Microsoft is kind of doing the thing where they're kind of pulling what Sony's doing, and they're just taking a back seat and just filling out checks and just being like, yeah man, make your fucking game. whatever,
Yep.
cool. Just make games. That's sweet. Like, you guys are talented. You guys have passion projects. We just want to make it happen. Like, that's all.
Yep.
That seems like that's Microsoft's direction. Like, in the last 6 months, I would say, because I think they realized that there's not a lot coming out for them.
Yeah, and I think the cancellation of Scalebound was their wake-up call, like way back when, like, oh fuck, we don't really have anything. So this entire past like year and a half have really felt them. It's felt like them posturing and getting set up to really fucking knock it out of the park on the next system, like right out of the gate. Being like, yo, by the way, boom, we got all the games. I think next E3 will be very, very interesting to see what happens on the Microsoft stage.
Yeah.
They've been running behind since the Xbox One was announced.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
they're like, we're digital only, and you have to have a Kinect, and here's all these boneheaded moves because we've got Don Matrick in charge, and he's got one of the most punchable faces.
Yeah.
They've been running catch up, but they've been making some pretty good strides. I mean, their whole backwards compatibility is phenomenal. The fact that I can fucking toss Knights of the Old Republic into that Xbox One and have it fucking work in widescreen is bonkers.
Yeah.
Like, that breaks my brain a bit. Like, I can take OG Xbox games, and that's great, and also making them available digitally.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious to see where Microsoft goes and what kind of games they end up pulling for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, I mean, and I feel like we won't be seeing anything in the next, I don't know, 2 to 3 years. Even then, it would be like announcements.
Yeah,
honestly, but
give me a fucking new Fable. Give me a Fable.
The thing with, like, I think one of the concerns, though, maybe kind of in line with what you were saying, how because it's Microsoft, it might be just for the Xbox. I think that because there are certain studios that I really like, that now Microsoft has them, there's going to be no ports coming to PS4. Like, if I wanted to play it on that. Thing. Because I mean, we have an Xbox, but I really have only mostly been playing on my PS4 Pro and my PC. Like, that's it. Which, I mean, yeah, I could still play stuff on my PC, but, you know, if there was a game that, you know, my girlfriend and I were, like, interested in playing together, and by playing together, I mean, I play it, she watches, like, there's, like, a story-based game that she's like, oh, this seems really interesting, but it's like, oh, fucking PC and Xbox only. It's like, oh, well, okay. I guess.
Well, you got one of them Steam links. You can do PC to TV real easy.
Yeah, I could, but, like, I don't know. It's real finicky, especially if you don't run it directly through Steam.
Do a hardwire. You got a hardwire network cable.
Oh, I do.
Your Steam link, and it works like butter. I've never had an issue with it.
I've just had issues if I had to do anything out of the big picture mode. Like, yeah, it just acts weird.
That's not how it's designed. You have to keep it in big picture mode.
All right. So basically, just have the software running through Steam.
Through Steam, yeah. If you do that, it's perfectly fine. I played a lot of The Witcher 3 that way.
Okay.
Which is fucked up because then I can't get the GOG achievements.
Oh, well.
And I also can't get Steam. It's weird, but it works. And that's the only way I could get it to show the correct button prompts, too. Because if I go to my desktop and then launch it from there, the Steam link thinks I'm only using a keyboard, so none of the button prompts were correct. So I had to run it as an external app through Steam to then get it to recognize that I'm using a controller. Yeah, it's finicky.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get what you're saying because I hardly use my Xbox as a gaming machine either. Mostly because I hate the interface.
Yeah.
It's really slow and stubborn, and I feel like if I hit the control stick, I have to wait like a minute before it updates and goes, "Oh, right, I'm a games machine, and let me find YouTube for you." Like it's
Yeah.
not great.
Well,
You would think Microsoft would have a handle on
to be
operating
to
systems.
be fair, it's not much better on PlayStation as well, because whenever I try to search for like YouTube and Twitch, it's like I'll go into the app. This is a total huge sidetrack, by the way. Whenever I click on it, it like always takes a few moments to not only load all the icons that I want, but then it has to load all of the movies and upcoming movies and shows from
Mm-hmm.
various like it loads all this shit on one screen, but it's like, dude, I just want to go to YouTube. Like I want to go.
That is a relatively new update that they put on there.
Mm.
And the argument was that, oh, we're going to streamline your experience by servicing you everything from all of your apps right here. It's like, no, fucking cut that shit out.
Yeah.
You ran so much smoother and better without that shit, because now you have to run out and ping every one of those servers. You have
Yeah.
to authenticate my account on each one of those servers and then pull down from those servers what they want to host to me. Like, fucking stop it. Cut that shit out.
I just
hate
want
it.
I just want to watch Game Grumps. Come on.
I just want to watch Game Grumps. Man, you should watch your Mario Party.
Oh, I have, and it's
It's
excellent.
so wonderful.
It's excellent. I love it.
It kind of makes me want to buy that Mario Party. That Mario Party looks real good. Anyway, reeling it back, Microsoft's buying Obsidian. I think it's okay. I think it's going to be okay for both of them.
I'm curious to see where it goes, but yeah.
Yep. Yeah. In other fucking boneheaded PlayStation news, good news, guys. You can finally change your username. This feature is now in beta. It will cost you during the beta nothing. You can change your name as many times as you want during the beta.
Yay.
And it's free every time. Once the beta's over, the first one's free, but then it'll cost you $10 US, or if you're on PlayStation Plus, $4.99.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Are you ready? Ooh, boy. Changes to online ID can be made through the settings menu or via profile. When you change your online ID, you will have the option to display your previous ID with your new ID so your friends can recognize you. Once you decide to display your old ID or not, you won't be able to change after completing the online ID change process. So this is permanent. Hey, show your new name with your old name. Isn't the point of changing your name to not show the old? Listen,
Yeah.
I don't. But here's the bit that really concerns me and is confusing as fuck. This is coming directly from the PlayStation blog. This feature is compatible with PS4 games originally published after April 1st, 2018. That's this year, by the way, for a system that's been around for nearly 5 years now. And a large majority of the most played PS4 games that were released before this date. However, please note that not all games and applications for PS4, PS3, and Vita systems are guaranteed to support the online ID change, and users may occasionally encounter issues or errors in certain games. If for any reason you experience issues after changing your ID, you can revert back to your original ID for free at any time. You will only be able to revert once during the preview program. Reverting back to an old ID will resolve most issues caused by the ID change. Most. In addition, when this feature officially launches, a list of compatible games published before April 1st, 2018 will be provided on PlayStation.com for reference before you make a change. The fuck does that mean? What do you mean by I'll encounter errors or problems? Does this mean that my name will be fucked up? Or does this mean I can't actually play the thing I bought? Or what the fuck does this mean?
I take it as you wouldn't be able to play it with that ID. But yeah,
That's how I'm taking it, and that's not cool.
I feel like I feel like this was kind of rushed in the sense where it was like, oh, let's only do some of the games, and then wait, should we do all the games? Fuck no, fuck that shit. That's way more work that we need to do. Fuck that noise.
This all sounds to me like something that was designed very particularly way back in the PS3 era without the thought of the future.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're scrambling to fucking fix the future.
Yeah.
And oh boy, it's not good.
Right.
Oh, I mean, do you want to change your name on PSN?
It's Captain Wally. Always been Captain Wally. No need to change it.
Same. Like my username's always been the same.
Yeah.
Part of me wants to do the free name change just to see what fucking breaks and then revert it. I really want to see how the fuck does shit break.
I don't even know.
Someone else will do that research for me.
Yeah. I don't even know like what they consider popular titles, really.
Exactly, right? Like, does this only lock you out of multiplayer games? Because, I mean, if it's a dead community anyway, that's fine. But if this creeps over into, like, single-player stuff, maybe it's got a scoreboard. And that fucks up. Like, listen, their solution has caused more questions. This is the most Nintendo thing PlayStation has ever done.
Right.
Jesus Christ. I look forward to the train wreck that is the PlayStation name change.
Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, the first thing that comes to mind that would be, like, what they consider most Sony-played titles would be, like, the Uncharted 4 multiplayer. That's the first thing that comes to my mind when I think
What about Killzone?
There was...
How popular is Killzone?
Well, there was that one that came out for PS4, but I think that was still... Well,
that was launch.
Yeah, I don't think that's still around. I could be very wrong. I don't know. I never cared to play that one. I just played Killzone 1, 2, and 3, and that was it. I was done with that franchise.
But I would imagine this even touches third-party games. Like, what if Titanfall 2 suddenly stops working? What if Call of Duties stop working?
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of questions here. Yeah, like...
Especially Battlefield 1. Because, there's also that. Yeah, I'm sure there's tons of people still playing Battlefield 1.
So I'm sure they will have done the legwork to make sure that shit works.
Yeah. Star Wars Battlefront 2.
How popular are those?
Oh, there's still people who play Battlefront 2.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know. Hey, man, some people just really love Star Wars enough that they just want a modern Star Wars game.
They can look past it.
Yep. Trust me, there's some people I know who bought that day one, and they overlooked all the microtransactions bullshit. Because they were just like, I just want to play a modern Star Wars game, and this is all we got.
Yeah, it was a price that they were willing to pay.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it. I want to know what happens.
Yeah.
Last little headline here. The ESL Hall of Fame, the Esports Hall of Fame in Hamburg has announced that they are going to induct John TotalBiscuit Bain to the Esports Hall of Fame as the first non-player in memorial to the late John Bain.
Yeah.
Well earned. He really drew a lot of people to StarCraft 2.
Yeah, and also like had his own team that he ran for a while within StarCraft 2. Yeah, contributed like a huge amount to just the esports, just anything really.
Yeah.
Also like World of Warcraft, that's how he got first getting some attention, was through his radio talk show, his WoW talk show. But yeah, then it exploded after StarCraft 2, and they did a little bit of Hearthstone. Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, and then Dota 2, I guess, apparently. I didn't know he did much of Dota 2. I think it was like, oh yeah, no, he did do a little bit for a little while. Not a lot though. I think he just left that because, Dota 2 community is toxic, yo. So they just he's basically like, yeah, fuck this noise. I'm going back to StarCraft.
Yeah, it's a good move. Yeah, I wish this is a good memorial for him. This is deserving.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, that'll be it for the news.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we move on to emails? You can email us at utterlygeek@gmail.com. That's UTTERLYG33k at gmail.com. If you send them there, we'll answer them here at this point in the show. You can also tweet at us at utterlygeek. That's UTTERLYGEEK there. Wally maintains that website.
Yes.
The arm thing. Words are hard.
The arm thing?
That arm of our social media
yes.
bleak future.
Yes.
You can reach us there. You can also reach us on Instagram at utterlygeek. That's UTTERLYG33k on Instagram. Steve heads that up, and he's been knocking out of the park on that side.
Oh, yeah.
You can also watch us live, twitch.tv/CPTWally, Mondays, 8:30-ish Eastern Standard Time, 5:30-ish Pacific Standard Time. We're streaming live. If you mention something pertinent to the conversation that is respectful.
Hey, man, I don't mind. I don't know. Fucking whatever, man. I'll take it.
Or funny. We will read it up live. Otherwise, we'll answer them here if we received any.
Indeed.
Pardon me.
Having an episode.
Ooh. Having a moment. Boy.
You okay?
Okay, yeah, I'm fine.
All right.
Just a little bit of gas. That was not great.
Okay.
Ooh.
It just rumbled throughout your entire core. That's all.
Yeah, that was real bad. All right, if that's it, we have some new releases to run down for your coming week. We are looking for the dates between October 23rd and October 29th. Starting with Nickelodeon Kart Racers coming out on PS4, Switch, and Xbox One on October 23rd. There's really not a ton coming out over the next week. We have Windjammers coming out October 23rd on the Nintendo Switch.
Nice.
Find that shit immediately. We also have I'm jumping through. I'm trying some new resources.
Okay.
I'm finding mixed results on a bunch of them.
Okay.
The big release, Red Dead Redemption 2, coming out PS4, Xbox One, October 26th. That is the big one this week.
The one that I will not be playing.
Yeah, right. I've got too much other shit that I'm neck deep in right now. But not least, we have Stardew Valley is coming out October 24th on the iPhone. That's this quick. It's fucking out.
Jesus.
We also have Lethal League Blaze October 24th on PC. I don't know if that has a console release. I don't see it listed for console.
I think they said later. I think they said early 2019.
There's already a quick look on Giant Bomb. They made some really smart changes in that game. It's more Lethal League, and it looks fucking good as hell.
Yeah.
Really, the only other, the biggest, arguably bigger than Red Dead Redemption, we have launching on PS4, PS3, Xbox 360, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, Wii U, and the Wii. Just Dance 2019.
Oh God.
October 23rd, releasing on fucking everything.
Oh my God.
I just had to mention that because it's Xbox 360 and PS3 and the Wii. That's it for new releases.
No.
Did I miss something?
You did.
What'd I miss?
The new Spider-Man DLC that's coming out. The first episode is coming out on the 23rd.
All right, I'm gonna have to revise my sources.
The first. it's the first.
The 23rd.
First of 3 chapters.
Oh, the heist.
Yes, that they're releasing.
This is the Black Cat one.
Yes, it is.
Cool.
Yeah, comes with a new story and 3 new suits that you can get. Yeah, that's all I know about it. Cool. I've kept my eye on it, but I'm letting a friend borrow Spider-Man, so it's not even like I'd be able to play it anyway.
Right. Also, yeah, no, I'm just gonna go back to our old sources. Castlevania Requiem, Symphony of the Night, and Rondo of Blood. The re-release is coming out October 26th on PS4.
Oh, okay.
People are very upset because this has the Vita sound, not the original sound. Apparently, they changed the voice acting in it, so it's Konami, yo. They're doing a Konami.
Yeah.
So that'll be it for new releases.
Okay.
If you're watching live, stay tuned. We're going to break it down and bring it right back up with Wally and my Social Hour.
Yeah.
If you're listening, thanks for listening, and we will see you Thursday with the Social Hour.
Bye-bye.